Today, we are diving deep into LangChain. It's one of the hottest tools out there for developers who are serious about building with large language models. If you're looking to create AI applications that are genuinely powerful and custom-built, you're in the right place. So let's get right into it.
So, picture this. You're building an app. You've got access to all these amazing large language models, right? But here's the thing. They're not all the same. Each one has its own unique strengths, its own special talents.
And then, what if you need that AI to understand your company's private documents, or maybe even just your own personal notes? How in the world do you connect these massive general-purpose models to your specific private information? Well, that's the big hurdle.
I like to call this the LLM orchestra problem. It's like you have a stage full of world-class musicians. Each one is a genius with their instrument. But without a conductor to guide them, all you're going to get is a lot of noise, not a beautiful symphony.
For instance, maybe one LLM is brilliant at understanding exactly what a user is asking for, but a totally different one is a creative genius that writes the perfect response. How do you get them to play nice and work together inside your one application?
And this is exactly where LangChain steps up to the podium. It is the conductor for our LLM orchestra. It's this fantastic open-source framework that's built to, well, orchestrate all these different models and plug them into your data. So, how does it pull this off? Through a really powerful idea called abstraction. It's kind of like a thermostat on your wall. You just tell it the temperature you want, right? You don't need to be an engineer who understands all the complex wiring and sensors behind the scenes. LangChain brings that same kind of dead simple control to the incredibly complex world of LLMs. What that really means for developers is that LangChain gives you one single, central workbench to build everything. You can mix and match LLMs, swap them out, or use a bunch all at once, and you can do it all from the same place.
And wow, did people notice? It launched in late 2022, and by the middle of 2023, it exploded to become the fastest-growing open-source project on all of GitHub. That's not just fast, that's a rocket ship. And it just goes to show how much developers were crying out for a tool like this.
Okay, so we get the what and the why, but how does it actually work? Let's pop the hood and take a look at the core parts of the LangChain toolkit. First up, you've got the LLM module. Think of this as your universal adapter. It gives you one standard way to talk to any model. It doesn't care if you want to use something massive like GPT-4 or an open-source model like Llama 2. Heck, you can use both in the same app. This module just makes it work. Next are prompts. You can think of these as reusable recipes or blueprints for your LLM. Instead of typing out your instructions every single time, you make a template. You can tell it things like, hey, don't use any complicated jargon. Or you can give it a few examples to learn from. You can even force it to give you the answer in a perfect JSON format every time. It's a huge time saver. And now we get to the real heart of it all, chains. The name says it all. Chains link everything together. They let you create these multi-step workflows where the output from one part becomes the input for the next. So you could build a chain that, say, grabs all the text from a website, feeds it to an LLM for a quick summary, and then uses that summary to answer a user's questions. This is where the magic of orchestration really happens.
But hey, remember that whole private data problem we talked about? Well, that's what indexes are for. This is the part of the toolkit that lets you connect your LLM to all your own stuff, the data it was never trained on. We're talking about your internal company docs, your emails, your databases, you name it.
And LangChain gives you all the gear you need for the job. You've got document loaders that can pull data from pretty much anywhere, Google Drive, a YouTube transcript, wherever. You've got text splitters to chop up huge documents into bite-sized pieces, and you have vector databases, which is just a super smart way to store information so the AI can find things based on meaning and context, not just by matching keywords. It's incredibly fast and accurate.
You know, by nature, LLMs have the memory of a goldfish. They're stateless, which means every time you talk to them, it's like you're starting a brand new conversation. The memory module fixes that. It gives your app a memory, short-term or long-term, so it can actually remember what you talked about before. This is absolutely crucial if you want to build a chatbot that doesn't feel like it has amnesia. Okay, but what if we could take things even further? Well, that brings us to agents. This is where things get really futuristic. With an agent, the LLM becomes more than just a text generator. It becomes a reasoning engine. You give it a goal, and you give it a set of tools, like access to a search engine or a calculator. The agent then decides for itself which tools to use and in what order to get the job done.
It's a huge leap from just following instructions to making its own decisions.
So, with this whole powerful toolkit at your disposal, what can you actually build? Let's check out some of the real-world things people are making by putting all these pieces together.
I mean, you could build a customer service chatbot that knows your entire product line inside and out. Imagine a tool that reads dense scientific papers for you and gives you the summary. Or a system that lets you literally have a conversation with your company's entire knowledge base. You can even build autonomous agents that handle business tasks for you. The possibilities here are just massive.
And you should know, LangChain isn't just that one core library anymore. It's grown into a whole ecosystem of tools that are designed to help you through the entire process of building and running an LLM app.
So, to back you up, you've got things like LangSurf, which makes it super easy to take the cool chain you've built and deploy it as a professional-grade API. And then there's LangSmith, which is like your mission control center for observing, debugging, and just making sure your app is running smoothly and doing what you expect it to.
So when you boil it all down, LangChain is the great simplifier. It's the thermostat for building these incredibly complex AI applications. It's the conductor that finally lets developers create a true symphony. Which really only leaves one question left to ask. Now that the tools are this good and this easy to use, what will you build?
Thank you. Share and subscribe to Learn AI for more AI insights.